Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a slightly new form of chess puzzle today called Queen's Gambit. Not the first time we've seen that. What a marvellous series that was on TV a few years ago. And this is by a constructor calling themselves Morphy, which was in my head like Paul Morphy. Was he an Irish chess champion? Well, I looked him up. I was completely wrong. He was American. He was from New Orleans. And they didn't have a world chess championship at the time. And he came to Europe and beat everybody he played, including the best players that were available, apart from Howard Staunton, who never managed to meet him. And there were concerns about the pay and sort of the life of the gentleman and amateurism. And after defeating everyone in Europe, Morphy declared at some point that he was prepared to give anybody a pawn start and the first move, and he'd still beat them. And nobody really ever took him on and showed he couldn't. It was really fascinating reading about it. I'm very grateful to the constructor of this puzzle for calling themselves Morphy, so I looked into it a bit. And very much, Morphy was a kind of prodigy who did beat everybody they possibly could and then just stopped playing. Went to fight in the American Civil War and stuff. So really intriguing. Echoes in some ways of Bobby Fischer, I think, sort of having a complete withdrawal from the game at one point in his life. Anyway, that's enough about the past history of chess and my learning about it. But if you're interested in the past history of chess, you probably knew all that. I didn't, but it was very interesting. Now, I'm going to go through the rules of this puzzle in a moment. They are interesting, and we have to be very specific. They're not the normal sort of King's rule or anything like that. Not even Queen's. So I will do them shortly. Don't forget that on Patreon, coming up on the 1st of October, a new hunt, Extra Bite from the Skunk Works. Plenty of puzzles. None of them very difficult. Plenty of them. That's what I'm advertising, and I urge you to join us on Patreon by the 1st of October and give it a try. You will definitely be able to do some of these puzzles. There's also, of course, on Patreon some really interesting crossword content. Simon previously solving brilliant listener crossword, and then Saber's listener crossword in the process of arriving now on Patreon. And you'll get to see my solve of that in due course as well. So loads going there for crosswords fans and connections videos. There's links under the video to SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD and to all of our apps, which now feature the fabulous worms of Phistomefel and Michael Lefkowitz, to add to those of James Sinclair and Marty Sears, and they are proving popular. Do give them a try. Very reasonable pricing, I think, for the amount of Sudoku content there. Now, let's look at this new rule Sudoku content here. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Killer cages sum to the number given, so those two will add up to 11. Now, 9s are Reines and 1s are Rois. We are using French as the English terms confuse Sudoku pad. Yes, we don't want Sudoku pad kind of telling people who have the conflict checker switched on that there's a king's move restriction, because there isn't. Now, let's explain. 9s are Reines. This R is very difficult for English speakers to pronounce, Frenchies. 1s are Rois, and even digits are pawns, and the rest of the squares, so 3, 5, and 7, are empty chess squares. If any Reine, sort of 9, sees any 1, Roi, in any direction, including diagonally, then that is checkmate and not allowed. But a pawn in the way stops the check. So the implication to me is that if that was a 9 and this was a 1, it's not possible for this to be a 3, 5, or 7, because the 9 will see the 1. It'll give check on the 1. But it is possible for those to exist if that is an even number, 2, 4, 6, or 8, because that blocks the check. I mean, that's an intriguing rule. So 9s don't themselves obey Queen's rules. 1s don't themselves obey King's rules. There's one more bit. A grey circle is an odd digit. A grey square is an even digit. Then Morpheus said normal Rois move restrictions do not apply. I think that's not the right thing to say. What you could say there is normal King's move restrictions don't apply. So in this puzzle you can have 1s touching each other diagonally. I mean, okay, this is interesting. So it's really very simple. I think I've introduced some confusion quite unnecessarily. 9s must not see 1s directly or through odd digits, through 3s, 5s and 7s. That's it. Okay, I'm going to try now. Let's get cracking. I don't know what we're going to do here. We've got some giveaway cages, thank goodness. We've got a 17 cage, which contains a 9, one of these Reines, and an 8. And these two 15 cages in the central box must contain the digits 6, 7, 8, 9. There are other 15 cages, including the odd digit here, which must therefore be 7 or 9. The only digits you can put in a 15 cage of 2 cells are 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now, okay, well this can't be a 9, right. I'll tell you why this can't be a 9, because one of these digits is going to be a 1 by Sudoku rules, and surely that 9 would see it immediately. I think by the same token, I want to say that 9 could never go, 9 can never go in the centre of a square. What's more, 1 can never go in the centre of a box, because it must touch a 9, and that would be seeing it directly. If I've understood the rules right, this is correct. Right, we've got a 7 there. These digits can't be 7. This one is 7. That's an 8. This is a 6, 9 pair, and I can immediately apply my learnt rule that that can't be a 9. Now, I'm very tempted to start colouring cells that either can't be 9s or that can't be 1s. But that would be two different colour schemes and would probably confuse me. But I mean, look, this 9, immediately, these digits cannot be 1. Let's just have a quick look at colouring cells that can't be 1 in the puzzle, not cells that can't be 9. I mean, this has told me where 1 is in this box. It has to be there. And then 1 can't be in a Sudoku move away from that 1, a normal horizontal, vertical, or in the box. So 1 obviously can't go in a 13 or a 14 cage, or a 15 cage, or a 17 cage, or an even digit. So there are a lot of cells, or on a 9. So there are a lot of cells in this puzzle that can't be 1. Now, I'm also going to say these two can't be 1 because they would touch whichever one of these was a 9. And there's no chance of that being blocked by an even digit. What is it I'm doing? 1s. Not 9s can't be in those cells, but I'm not doing 9s. I'm trying to find the cells that can't be 1s. Now, have I uncovered something and I can't see it? One of these is a 1. No, I mean, you see, the trouble is, that's interesting. One of these is a 1, and therefore none of them is a 9, because they would definitely see each other. But I kind of do want the two colour schemes. Okay, I am also going to colour digits which can't be a 9, and I'm going to colour them in orange. So it's obviously those in this box with a 9. I mean, I might have gone mad here. I might have gone mad here. Orange can't have a 9 in. Obviously that one can't. And the cages that add up to less than 9 can't have orange in. Sorry, they do have orange in. They can't have 9 in. Orange can also, 9 can also not touch the 1 in the grid. don't know, this is weird. Okay, 1 we worked out from these green cells is in one of these cells, so none of them can be 9 because it would then touch the 1. That was what I was trying to get at a moment ago. And it hasn't really. Oh, there's a 9 in one of these cells, so none of these or in the box can be 9. This might actually pay off. Let's just keep thinking about it. Now this cage could contain a 9 and a 1. Oh, this is important. I had not seen it. Does contain a 1. That's really vital, right? How do I know that contains a 1? It's very simple, and my colour scheme has got confusing. And I'm just going to remove the colour scheme. It's just too much. It's too much. It's blowing my head. I was trying to be cool and casual about it, and I can't do it. Right, there's no 1 in those cells by Sudoku. There's no 1 in these cells because there'd be a 9 in them. There's no 1 in that cell because it's an even cell. So there is a 1 in this cage. And then the only way of making up the total is with a 9 and an 8. And the 9 must not see the 1, so they have to be separated. They have to be chaperoned, or they have to actually be blocked by the pawn 8. And now 9 and 1 are here. Now there is a 9 in one of those cells. It can't be next to the 1. It's in one of those two. And then it's got to be blocked from seeing that by an even digit. This cage is either 8-5 or 6-7. If it's 6-7, it's in a particular order. 7 is in this cage because it can't be there and it's not here and it doesn't fit in there. So that's a 3-7 cage. 5 is in one of these cells. Now, it's 9s and 1s that have to be kept apart. This is so vital. If I can just, 3 must be in one of those two. Everything else in the central box is 2, 4 or 5. Tempted to say, that can't, look, that 8 is looking at this cell. So this is important. We now find where another 9 is. Now none of these can be a 1. So the 1 in the box is in one of these cells. Okay, where's the 9 in this box? Because by Sudoku now it can't be in those. It's not in the 5 cage. It's in one of these cells. Oh, this is a strange puzzle still. It's hard to figure out what's going on. These digits are from 5, 2, 4, 6. 3 has to be somewhere up here, along with 9. This is not a 3-5 cage, therefore. It's either 2, 6 that way round or 1, 7 that way round. Now, is there a reason that's not a 1? 1 in this cage, in this box, is in one of these 3 cells. Now, 9 can't be touching this 1. It can't be in any of these cells, and it can't be there. I'm wondering about 9 in row 3, but although I might force it into a 13 cage if I could rule it out of that, I can't see how to do that quickly. There's a 7 somewhere up here. Oh, there's an 8 in one of these 2 cells. Well, it can't be in the 5 cage. It's in the 13 cage with a 5. Now, 9 is definitely in one of these 2. And now none of these can be a 1. Because it would touch a 9. This is either 8, 6 or 9, 5. Now, if that was a 9, the 1 in this box would have to be here, I think. Oh, it can't be. There's a 1-9 restriction. Look, 1 and 9 are down here. There's a 1 there. One of these 2 is a 1, and now this digit can't be a 9 or it would touch them. So that's a definite 6. That's an 8. This must be 1 by Sudoku now. That's a 7. Okay, I am going to colour the 1s and the 9s. The 1s are the blue prey, and the 9s are the red vampires attacking them. So I'm going to colour those only. I think everything else was confusing me. This is a 9-4 pair if it doesn't have 8 or 6 in it. And now we've got another vampire, another red cell. There we go. Now, one of these two is a 9. Oh, where's the 1 in this box? It's not in those cells. Well, it could be anywhere at the top. These don't have a 7 in. This is a 5-8 pair now. We've got an 8 there and an 8 there. One of these two is an 8. We've also got to fit a 1 into this row, not in the 13 cage, not in this box, and not here next to a 9. So this is a 1, and that places the 8, and that places a 5. This cage can't have an 8, 7 or 6 in it. It's a 9-2. We can't put the 9 there touching the 1, so we've found the 9 in this box. And the 1, that's blue. Good. Now, this is 3 or 5. These are from, oh, that can't be 5. This can't be 5 either because we've got 5 pencil marked there. So this is 5. We've also found 9 in box 2, and we're going to colour it red and say it mustn't touch a 1. This is going well now. That's a 4 by Sudoku because of that 4 in this box. That's right. That's a 3. This is 3. This is a 2-6 pair. We can write them in. We can remove 2 from those cells. It's going well. That's a 7 to complete the row. This is a 1, 2, 3 triple. I don't know anything about about 9s touching those cells. It seems to be enough pawn blockers or whatever they are, even cells blocking the road. Now, how are the 1s going? Well, we still don't know which of these is red and which is blue. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find the 9 here. That's very straightforward. There it is. Then there's a 9 in one of these 2 cells. Now, that is going to keep 1 out of all of these cells. It's also going to keep 1 out of this cell. So I think the fact of there being a 9 there keeps 1 out of these 2. And in column 8, 1 is now forced down here to go with a 4 in the 5 cage. That's got to be right. We get a 6 at the top. This is 9 and 3. But I don't necessarily know the order. It does keep 1 out of this cell. And because whichever of those is a 9 would see a 1 there. And now we do know where 1 goes in this box. It couldn't go in those cells. It can't go there. It's kept out of there. It must be here in row 5, column 9. And now this can't be a 9 because it would see it directly. That's a 3. That's a 9. It goes red. This is the last red down here. This is a blue 1. And that's not. We've got a 1 in one of these cells. I'm still not finished on the 1s, but I am finished on the 9s. This can't be a 1 in the centre of this box because of that 9. But a 4 can block it off from seeing the blue 1 here. Now, that's good. We've still got 2, 3 and 4 to go in row 5. This can't be a 3 by Sudoku, so that can't be a 2, and that's a chocolate teapot, useless triple. Right, I'm probably still not using the rule enough. It's difficult though, isn't it, to figure it out. Now, this is a 2-4 pair, and that did block off. I thought I was going to work out that that 9 mustn't see that, because it's looking through 3 and 7. It's tricky, isn't it? Oh, there's no 9 in this cage. This is an 8-7 cage. That fixes 4 at the top. That makes this a 2. There was no chocolate teapot. There was just me not identifying what was going on. And that 1 goes blue. This can't be blue at the top. One of these is still, I still don't know which one. That's strange. 2, 6 and 7 in these cells. Now, This is a 2, 5, 6 triple, and that's a 4. That's just become Sudoku. So that's a 2, 5 pair, that's a 3, 4 pair. We must know what these 5 and 8 are at the top. We do. Two is in one of these cells because there's a 2, 4 pair looking along the row. Okay, what the 7 cage needs an even digit. That is a 6. And that's going to place our last 2 ones. 1 in box 7 and 1 in box 1. And this is not being threatened to be viewed by any 9. That one is blocked off. So I don't know, maybe the rest is Sudoku. We will see. This digit can't be 4. So the 4 in the column is placed. That's a 2. Oh, this is a 3. This is a 5 and a 7, and they can go in. This is now 8 and 7 here. Oh, that could have been done ages ago. But that does 3 and 7. I think it's Sudoku from now on. Sorry, I'm messing up my pressing of keys. Now, 2 and 3, they are resolved at the top. This digit must be known. It's a 7. I'm sure that's 5 or 6. This is a 3. Oh, look, this is lovely, actually. Look at that queen, Reine, looking at that Roi. If that was a 5, this would have to be another 5, and then it would see it. I mean, maybe that's not necessary, but it's very beautiful. That gives us a 6 there instead. And now, not only does the queen here not see that king, it fails to see it twice because of even digits. That's quite amusing. Right, 5 and 2 there. A 6, 4 pair here. I probably should know how they get resolved. 9, I've never put this 9 in the grid. Didn't realise there was one still to go. That's a 5. The 5 is going to sort out the 5, 2 pair. That's going to sort out the 6, 2 pair. That's going to sort out the 6, 4 pair. And that's going to sort out 3 and 4 here. And now I think we find the solution. And none of the blue Rois are in check from the red 9s, because if they were, they're blocked by an even digit. I might just grey out the even digits so we can check this off. They're blocking reds looking at blues. So that red's completely blocked. That one is. This one, yes, in each direction it sees grey before it sees blue. This one as well. This one, oh look, it looks all the way up to there, but it sees that grey then. And I think, and all the way down to there, but in every other direction it never sees blue. That's good. That's blocked off. This one definitely, and this one definitely. It's lovely. It's a very lovely concept. Who knew that such a grid was possible? It's quite amusing. And it's beautifully done. Thank you, Morphy, and thank you to you for watching. Not too hard a puzzle today, but good fun, and we'll see you next time on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.